Hello and welcome back. Here we have something that's quite interesting. This is a company called Sabra Gamda Koor. Yeah, Sabra is just not some kind of weird millennial food made from chickpeas anymore. It was originally this kind of cool die-cast car that was an Israeli toy company that was started in 1962. And I couldn't find out when they went under, or if they did go under, but they had their own castings for their own line of toys, not seconds from another company. These were their own toolings, and like this is a 60, what is this thing, 65 or 64? It just says Chevelle station wagons. Here, 64, 65. I can tell you from 66 up. But yeah, it's pretty cool. This is another one from our good friend Anthony Bellini. He sent this to me, and I was so fascinated by the casting, I looked up the company and did some tried to do some research on. There wasn't much to be found, but I did find some more cars, so I have this one too. It's a 19, probably, let's see, that's a 66 GTO, and but we have some headlight issues, which I will have to figure out how to fix. So might have to make them out of styrene or something. But got that waiting in the wind. But today we're going to work on this Chevelle wagon, do something custom with it, make it look cool. It's already a cool casting. The windows aren't too bad. They're just really chipped up and everything. Paint on these things didn't last too well, it seems. It was very thin. You can literally go up and scrape it off with your finger on both the models, but the tailgate doesn't stay up. We'll work on that. But let's see what we can do with this thing. The Sabra Gamda Koor Chevelle station wagon. Let's make something cool out of it. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are back. Very plain interior, but in good shape. The bottom, as you can see, Sabra Gamda Koor Chevelle station made in Israel, and we had a little bit of a accident with the drill bit, so nothing a little bit of super glue can't fix. I mean, in the wheels, you just pop in and out. They just got the little suspension there, so I'm not going to be using those. Tailgate fell right out just as much as it flopped around in there. Glass doesn't look bad at all. Might have a few little spider cracks in it, I think, but it'll clean up real good. And casting is really nice, not beat up. We have our posts here that I will be drilling and tapping and getting it all ready. So stay tuned. Okay, we're back with this Gamda Koor Sabra Chevelle wagon. Fresh out of the good last bit of stripper that I own before I have to go get the shitty stuff. So still have to tap the holes and give it a nice wire wheel bath. And then I think I'm going to do this one red again, but we're going to use something special. I just got this. This is Sparklescent by Auto Air Colors Createx Rockstar Red. Look at that color. That just talks to me. When I think of Rockstar Red, I think of the man himself, Mr. Sammy Hagar, but he wouldn't drive. Maybe if I make this cool enough, maybe he would want to drive it. So we shall see. But I got some wheels picked out for it. I'm going to work on trying to fit the wheels to the car. Special thanks to one of the M2 ground pounders They have the perfect size wheels for these things, but the absolute dumbest looking wheels from the ground pounders are characters of a real car, and I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I like the Ed Roth and the old Rat's Hole t-shirts that I used to get back in the day, but I like things that are more realistic looking. So look at that. Is that sexy or what? So this is going to be the Gamda Koor from hell, with the Rockstar Red and the red line wheels and the mags. I just got to make everything tuck up underneath there. The fronts seem to work right well. I just got stance it, like I've said before, stance is everything. And that wheel just won't, that dog just won't hunt there. So we're going to have to do a little bit of modifications to the base. We're going to tuck them up underneath there. I'm not going to give it a rake look. I want this thing to be sleek. I don't want these tires to be tucked up underneath here like that. So if you can't raise the bridge, we'll lower the river and do some little bit of back halfing right here. So stay tuned. That's my plan. If it stays to that, I might change my mind, but I know I'm going to be using these badass wheels. Thank you very much, M2, for making cool stuff that I can take apart and cannibalize. Stay tuned. Okay, and we are back with our Sabra Gamda Koor 64, 65 Chevelle station wagon that we're going to make a street rod out of. As you can see, I wanted to keep the chrome on the side, chrome molding, but near the back here on either side, it had a lot of play wear where I couldn't get it right, and which is unfortunate because I was going to do that thing where that Austin did over at Diecast Resurrection, where you paint it and then you just clean the bare metal off with some wet sandpaper, and then you polish them so it looked like chrome. But back in here in these corners, there was just so much damage to it, I ended up having to take it off, and I got rid of a lot of casting lines in this thing. And I'm at this point right now where, hell, I could probably go ahead and paint this thing, but I can't leave well enough alone. The car is missing something. It needs a cowl induction hood, so I got this nice thick styrene. I'm gonna cut one out and form one to the hood. So, and we've had plastic die cast shavings flying everywhere. I added a little temporary piece of stock to the tailgate so I could hold it to paint it correctly in my helping hands. And for the tires that I had to use, we had to waller out the fender tub, so I have to make replacement pieces for in here to make it look out of styrene to make that look halfway decent. Made some couple little tail pipes just for accents. The wheel combination worked out great. We had to end up doing like a mini tub on the back, but the front fit perfectly. I think you'll agree it'll look beautiful on this casting. So with that said, let's make a hood scoop. Alrighty, and we're back. Now this looks like a true Hodges hot rod in my garage. This is what they would probably look like if I was building one. As you can see, I got tires fitted. I got a really nice stance going for it. Got a nice set of 5-spoke old school looking wheels with red lines. Now, you're wondering why the hell does George have all this mud right in this area here? Well, it had this recessed panel that kind of swooped in and then came back out on both sides. And it looked really, really dingy. It looked really, really shitty. So we filled that in, and then I'll just have to rescribe the body line. And we got our cow induction hood scoop on it. We didn't go with the big crazy pro stock cow induction hood. We went with just a standard one like you would see on a Chevelle Super Sport of that era. I don't want to go crazy tall, but like I say, once I do a little bit of sanding tomorrow, we might be ready for primer with this baby. Then I can work on the interior a little bit and maybe do a little bit more exhaust work. I thought I had the bottom done, and as you come around, right here, right there where my thing is, that whole corner was missing, and I didn't realize that until I put it back, and I was like, son of a bitch. There's some more time. So I globbed it up with super glue, our best friend, and baking soda, and filed it down to fit back where the piece that was broken off. So here we go. Stay tuned for more fun. Okay, and we are back with more, which I hope is the final body work on this Sabra Chevelle from Israel. Just fixing up a lot of the basic little blemishes that I saw that I wasn't happy with. So I'm just going to shoot some primer on this, let it dry, and I think we're going to be ready for paint finally. Stay tuned. Okay, and we're back with this Sabra Gamda Koor from Israel 65 Chevelle station wagon that we have customized mildly with a really neat looking cow induction hood scoop, and straightened up all the body work that the casting had really screwed up, especially in these fender areas. And there was a dimple there, and I took the chrome off because it was too far gone to do anything with. And all in all, it turned out all right. I did a lot of prep work on this one, so hopefully it'll turn out well. We're going to shoot it first in Quicksilver Chrome, and then I'm going to make a concoction of this Rockstar Red Sparklescent, and I'm going to mix some Blood Red in it to darken it up a little bit, and we'll throw in some Cosmic Sparkle just for good measure. And that's where we will be. Isn't that right, Mr. T? Yeah. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are. We got our magic concoction of Blood Red, Rockstar Red, Cosmic Sparkle, a little bit of Balancing Clear, and 4012 thinner. So we are ready to do some damage here. Hopefully this will come out the way I want it. Stay tuned. Okay, and we are back with our 64 Chevelle. I did my research and I looked at the grill, and it's actually a 64 Chevelle. It's been so long since I've been around any 64 or 65 Chevelles that I forgot that there was differences in them. So, but here's the beautiful paint job. Look at that. Unbelievable. Just want to do a little bit of buff, and I had a little bit of dirt right there in the top. I want to try to see if I can buff that out. And this is the windows, and they're not cracked or anything, but they're just dirty. So I'm going to buff those out and see what we can do with my little buffing wheel. So you know what? I'm going to use this new thing. I got this new thing just like Tack Life. Tack Life. I don't know if it's fitting this here or not. Yes, it will. Hot damn. Look at there. Nice and compact. We'll see how she works. So let's get some polish here. We'll do just a little bit. I like to use this McGuire's number 6 cleaner wax. Seems to work very well. We'll start with this front windshield a little bit here, see what we got. Sounds like a spaceship. Ooh. Looks like I might have a couple scratches I might have to work out. Yeah, there's a couple scratches up there. Looks like I'll have to do some wet sanding. Let's work on the sides for a little while since we're here. What I think I'm going to do is shoot the inside of this plastic with Tamiya smoke. At least everything in the side windows. I don't want to do the front windshield, that would look silly. But I'm going to go ahead and try to tint the windows, at least on the side. I think that would be kind of cool. Get some of that out of there. Oh yeah, that's going to work out just fine. Let's try a little bit on top of this roof. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we'll get the dirt spots out of it. Starting to. It would help if I had it in the camera. There you go. I'm sorry, people. At least we can get some of it out. Got a lot of it out. This thing's going to be so pretty. I think if I keep working at both of these spots and just buff the whole thing out, it's going to really look nice. Not that it really needs it, it already shimmers. So let's stay tuned and we'll see where we're at. Okay, and we are back with the final bits and pieces of our Sabra Gamda Koor 1964 Chevelle, which I recently found out it is definitely a 64 Chevelle by the weight of the grill, which we can look at here. which looks pretty good. I used just regular Tamiya chrome silver in the actual aluminum part of the grill in the center, and then I threw just a little bit of wash in there to give it some definition. We used just some white for the headlights, and then the rest of everything we used your Molitor chrome pen and some clear orange for the indicators. And you can see where this was the corner that I had to repair earlier on. So there we go, and it doesn't look too bad with the chrome pen on it. So that is ready to go back in the car. Got Rockstar Red with a mixture of blood red to take some of the pink out of it, which it was very pink when I first did it. Got a custom homemade cow induction hood made from styrene and Bondo spot putty. We took out the chrome molding off the side, which I really didn't want to, but it was in such bad shape, and we filled in these recessed areas here and restruck the door lines, and it's just a nice clean thing. No, I'm not putting chrome around the windshields because that will screw up this whole paint job, because I'll end up messing it up, because I am not good with doing molding around windshields. And plus, if you don't get it just right, it looks like shit. And got the tailgate all nice and done. See the Chevrolet emblem and Chevrolet chrome on it, and little bow tie in the center, which is the correct colors. So, and I got these really cool wheels from M2 ground pounders. They are the perfect size for these 1/43rd scale cars, whether it's Matchbox, king size, or these Sabras, or anything really that's that size that has some lane wheels on it, which this really did. And I could have done a regular restoration on it, but it probably would have bored you. And I tinted the side windows after I buffed them, and I left the front clear just because it would look too comical. It would look too fake if I did. Standard black interior, fixed the tubs to where they were correct. So she's all ready to put back together. Let's go ahead and get her put together and do a reveal. Okay, and we are back with the final reveal of this Sabra Gamda Koor from all the way from Israel, and gratefully donated by your friend and mine, Anthony Bellini of Michigan, who is one of the greatest contributors to these diecast channels. He's very, very generous and sends lots of wonderful gifts to be restored, and he's a very kind soul, and very glad and very honored that he sent me this one to be customized. So you remember what we started with? It was very well play worn. It was just a standard station wagon from Sabra Gamda Koor, but it had lots of potential for coolness, as all their Detroit muscle cars did. And if you haven't looked them up, please do. They're really, really unique castings. They're not as detailed as a Matchbox king size, but for the time they were really cool. And you'll see another one done on my channel. I have a second one that I bought. So without further ado, here we are. The Sabra Gamda Koor 1964 Chevelle station wagon hot rod, done in a mixture of Createx Rockstar Red and Auto Air Candy 2.0 Blood Red to take some of the pink out of the Rockstar Red, and it's got a lot of sparkle, hot rod sparkle in it. So with lots of body work, lots of sanding, lots of clear coat, just a little bit of everything just to make this thing really, really cool. And I think she turned out real well. I'm very pleased. It's going to look great up next to my Matchbox king size Charger. And Like I said, I'd like to thank Anthony Bellini again for sending this one to me. I told you I'd make it cool. I hope you like it, and it's a welcomed addition to my collection. And I have a lot of cool stuff coming up this month. We have another Anthony Bellini build car coming up a little bit later this month, maybe in a week or two, and it'll be real cool as well. But I'm just tickled to death with the way this thing turned out. Those M2 ground pounder wheels, which I got the idea from Outlaw Speed Shop. Keith over there, thank you for the tip on those wheels, because they really do work. So thanks again. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hello to all my viewers out there from all around the world. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will get back to you throughout the week with my comments, back to what you want to talk about. So hope you enjoyed it, and catch you on the next build.
Sailed away. We walked 1,000 miles and then we slipped away. We looked so hard, but couldn't seem to find just what the world was for.